Okay, how's everybody doing out there? First of all, my name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of Crystal Edge Technology Screens using smart technology gain. Today we're going to do a very interesting demonstration. You're probably thinking, why is there a trash can on your dining room table? Well, the trash can's clean. I cleaned it out because I don't want my wife seeing this at work and murder me later on when she gets home. Now, let me say something to you. My mother and father used to say to me, look before you leap, listen before you speak. Because you don't want to fall into a situation you can't get yourself out of. And you don't want to say something that makes you look like a fool. Now, about a day ago, we gave Mr. Crow, or Jay, a challenge to take his screen paint outside and do the exact demonstration that our screen just did. I knew he wasn't going to do this. I knew he was going to figure out some crazy way around it. So what he did was he went down, got a piece of sheet metal and coated it over with some frost paint by saying, hey, look, they're scamming you. All of this is just sheet metal with some frost paint over top of it, and that's all that it is. Well, I'm looking around the house thinking, what do I have in the house that's metal-like? Well, pretty much aluminum, metal, steel, they all react the same way. They all give off a really bad hot spot. This is the reason why you don't see any aluminum screens, because here's the thing. If you design the coating on it to be a darker, you dull out the screen and it looks dirty. If you keep it at the original element that it is, and you put a clear enamel or a form of frost glass on it, which I did. Yes, I did spray the trash can down in frost glass. I did, just to show you that you will get a different reaction. The reaction that you will get is the screen will hotspot like crazy, which means if you were to take this sheet of sheet metal, put this on your wall and coat that over with some frost, I guarantee you, bar none, that you'll get so much hot spotting coming at you that you will come out of that living room looking like Raiden. A lot of you not, lightning will be coming all over the place. Or if you're using a DLP projector and you happen to experience a rainbow effect, you will turn into a human fountain in your living room easily. Because vinyl, I've had a rainbow effect on a white screen happen to me. I could not imagine with the hot spotting combined on an aluminum screen coming back at me. That would be a nightmare. So let me show you what he's not showing you in the demonstration. First of all, he says that how we did it was we used sheet metal. I'm going to show you where he was wrong on this. And Mr. J, just want to tell you, you failed the challenge, because the challenge was for you to take your screen paint out there, not to go out and get a piece of sheet metal and try to prove us as being scammers. But I'm going to show you in this video where you should have looked before you leap, and you should have listened before you speak. Alright, now we're using our 3200 lumen projector long throw. I have my aluminum trash can up here, and it's actually coated with some frost glass. Over here I have our screen that was outside. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to show you something. Now, tell me if you see a difference in our technology versus the aluminum trash can. Now, of course, he'll say, well, it's not the same thing. Aluminum is aluminum. Steel is steel. No matter how you shape it, how you bend it, it's still the same element. Now I'm going to show you something up close. This is what happens. See that huge glare? Right? That line coming down the center of the screen? That's a reflection of the projector bouncing off the surface. This is what I mean by it hot spots like crazy. Now, if this was flat, you would get this round, blinding light hitting you in the face. Come over here, you'll see it. See that glare right down the center of the screen? Now, I want you to look at the difference between the sheet metal, well, not sheet metal, my trash can, and our screen. Same screen that was outside. If you notice, our screen is producing better color, better contrast, it looks brighter than the aluminum. And that's that blinding glare right down the middle of the screen. You're going to get that hitting you in the face. Alright, now let's go over here and let's do the angle. I'm over here. Hey, how you guys doing over there? Or ladies and gentlemen. Alright, now let's come back over here. I'm not going to post a challenge without being able to back up what I can do. Let's make sure the dimmers are all the way up. Make sure it's nice and bright in here. There we go. We'll come over here on this side. Now you notice anywhere I move, mind you, even though the projector is hitting in the center right here, see where that glare is at? See where the glare is at? No matter where I move, the light is expanding across the trash can. Alright? So it shows you anywhere I move, I'm going to get that nasty hot spot in my face. So imagine if this was flat. Whew, I'm going to do one of these that's flat. It's going to blind the crap. I don't even want to do it, to tell you the truth. That's how nasty it's going to look. And you can see the difference between our screen and that aluminum. Alright? Where's my cell phone at? I think it's right over here. Grab me another video real quick. Oops, I hit match. I don't know why I hit match for. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, see that glare right down the middle of the screen? That's what's going to be nailing you in the face. So, you know, when you sit there and you say, well, guess what, you know, this is how it's done. This is how they're doing it. No. See, that's what I'm saying. See, I tell people, my ideas come from my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Whether some people want to believe that or not, that's where they come from. And my Lord does not lead me in the wrong direction, give me fake ideas. He doesn't. So what he did was he took a very bright surface and he went out there and he did his demonstration, knowing that the aluminum was going to reflect in the light outside when being hit with the projector. Now you see that glare right there in the middle of the screen? I move to the side, you'll see it. Not everything can be cured with frost paint. It just can't be. I'm sorry. It wasn't made for that. Frost paint was made to give you a kind of frosted kind of look to your windows. That's what it was designed for. Not the intention that some people think it should be designed for. That's still a white snow scene. You see that huge blinding glare right down the side of the screen right there? There you go. Alright, I gotta go. I'm Kenneth Bird from Crystal Edge Technology Screens using smart technology gain. Yes, I used a trash can as a demonstration. But it just goes to show you, know, that, like I said, you gotta look before you leap. You gotta listen before you speak. If not, you end up jumping into a hole you can't get out of. You end up saying something looking like a fool. You know, I have no hatred for this young man, or I don't know, middle-aged man. I don't know what he is, but no disrespect when I say that. It's just that, you know, you got so much anger toward my company, and I keep proving you time and time again on how wrong you are. You know what I mean? But like I said, you know, people who continue to hate on others, they don't go anywhere in life. They stay in the same spot. But like I said, I gave you a challenge, and your challenge was failed, because your challenge was not to go out and get a piece of sheet metal and say, hey, look, it's the same thing. You know, your challenge was to take your screen paint and do the exact same demonstration that we did. Oh, wait, I forgot to add something really quick. Let me pause this really quick. I'm going to pause this. Let me go over and get this really quick. I forgot to add one more thing in there. I'm so sorry. I want to show you what the screen's made out of. Because in his video, he said that we used sheet metal. Well, Mr. Jamie, this is not sheet metal. This is actually my screen is made out of fiberglass. I want you to look at this for a minute. This is a fiberglass screen. This is all made out of fiberglass. There is no, there's no metal in this at all, period. This is all fiberglass. So, number one, you were wrong by saying that my screen was metal, and it wasn't. Number two, like I said, to do a sheet metal screen is, number one, very, very dangerous. Cutting the sheet metal, I can't get it to stand back up again. Wait a minute. It wants to fight me. All right, there we go. Oh, never mind, just lay it flat, who cares? But anyway, cutting the sheet metal, number one, is dangerous, all right? You know, sheet metal is very sharp. You can cut yourself clean, wide open using sheet metal. Number one, if you do bend down the sides and around it, you know what I mean, you still have the corners that'll be very sharp, which you can impale yourself with that, or cut yourself pretty bad. So you have to sand all that down. So it's a lot of work. On top of that, it's very flexible. If you wanted to basically stiffen the screen, you would have to layer it over and over and over again in order to do that. So that right there would make it very heavy. So like I said, you came out there and you said my product was sheet metal, and it wasn't. And I showed you, like I said before, I can back up my claim, as I said before, that if you use metal, metal's just going to hot spot like crazy. Even if I sprayed down my aluminum trash can, I sprayed it down with that frost glass, and it still was hot spotting like crazy all over the screen. On top of that, the picture's dull and it's ugly. Alright, so with that being said, hope everyone enjoyed the video demonstration. I have to go, and for those of you who are going to sit there and say, hey, don't feed in the trolls, I understand what you mean. I truly do. I do understand, but every so once in a while, you got to stand up for yourself. You can't allow people to walk over top you, or people to say bad things about you. You have to stand up for yourself. Alright, I hope you all enjoyed the video demonstration. I have to go. Love it or hate it, it is what it is. Thank you all for your time.